It's time we got rid of these Mormons for good. And if we need to kill a few to do it,
It seemed wherever our people tried to settle, conflict followed. Missouri proved to be the refiner's fire.
Mama! Mama, please!
This isn't just a mob. There are 2,500 Missouri militiamen standing against us with that order from Governor Boggs.
Mormons must be treated as enemies and exterminated or driven from the state for the public peace. 18 of our brothers and sisters lay dead at Hans Mill. Is this the public peace the governor speaks of? Fathers and mothers and children slaughtered for the crime of building homes and worshiping God.
You should make this very point. Accept the offer, I beg you.
General Lucas, I was told you wanted to talk with me.
Here are your prisoners, General, as we agreed.
When we heard that Joseph and Hiram had been betrayed, we were filled with mourning, lamentation, and woe.
Gentlemen! Gentlemen, please! Tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, General Donovan and his brigade will take these men to the town square in Far West, and he will shoot them!
This is cold-blooded murder. These men are innocent. I will not obey your order.
How do you know when Mormon scholars are lying? They publish it in print. All right. So what I've discovered from my personal investigation over the last 2 years is I believe that Joseph Smith and his anti-slavery Mormon movement infiltrated the ground zero of the slave states, which was Missouri, infiltrated the border ruffians that were acting like they were abolitionists, but they were, in fact, vigilantes that were causing the prairie wars in anticipation of the Civil War. Border ruffian. In Kansas, border ruffians was the name applied to pro-slavery activists from the slave state of Missouri, who from 1854 to 1860 crossed the state border into Kansas territory to force the acceptance of slavery there. Armed ruffians interfered with territorial elections, attacked free state settlements. This violence was the origin of the phase of Bleeding Kansas. The ruffians contributed to the growing sectional tensions and helped bring on the American Civil War. The ruffians were driven by the rhetoric of leaders such as the U.S. Senator David Rice Atchison, the general who arrested and declared the execution of Joseph Smith just 10 years earlier. David Rice Atchison of Missouri, who called Northerners Negro thieves and abolitionist tyrants. He encouraged Missourians to defend their institution with the bayonet and with blood, and if necessary, to kill every goddamn abolitionist in the district. Notably, only a few of the border ruffians actually owned slaves. Most were too poor. What motivated them was the hatred of Yankees and abolitionists and fear of free blacks living nearby. The presence of bands of both Kansan and Missourian combatants in the area made it difficult for families on the border to remain neutral. Hello Mormons, hello Gallatin, hello Crooked River, Hello, Hansmill. These were the Quorum of the 12, just border ruffians, along with their attorney, U.S. Senator David Rice Atchison. Remember Donovan, General Atchison? These were the attorneys of the Quorum of the 12 that arrested, threw Joseph Smith in jail, and prosecuted him, because Joseph Smith and the early Mormon movement were Negro thieves and abolitionist tyrants. And we know Quorum of the 12 went out to Utah and made it a slave state. Hello. And they want you to believe that Joseph Smith just would forgive all PARLEY Pratt, ORSON Pratt, ORSON HYDE. I mean, the men he named as his enemies. Oh, and W.W. Phelps, quote unquote, his scribe, who invented the Pearl of Great Price, that silly, hilarious book about, let's see, Ham and whites being superior, and let's just anticipate Hitler and Nazi Germany. Yes, we can trace this back to Brigham Young, Blood Atonement, these border ruffians, and the Quorum of the 12. And it was the Joseph Smith Mormon movement that was pushing and extending westward to vote out these slave states. And Missouri, known as Zion, was ground zero for these border ruffian vigilantes known as the Quorum of the 12, financed by Britain. Okay, Britain was at this point had equal access to the Mississippi River. And so when you read Mark Twain and all the dukes and the dukes and the kings going up and down, these itinerant preachers that were just con men, this is truly what the Mississippi River was like. And these northeastern abolitionists, pro anti-slavery, moderate abolitionists, which was Joseph Smith's movement, and his family, well-connected, well-educated. In fact, his family, John Smith, Dartmouth College, Hiram Smith, Dartmouth College, Stephen Mack, Dartmouth College, they're all highly educated into ancient language and biblical scholarship. And yes, they were reading Joseph Smith, he is a bit of a braggart, a bit of a tongue-in-cheek jokester, but that's what probably made him so endearing to the people who followed him, who thought of him as a leader, who gave them hope despite all the hardships they had to put up with for being interracial. And this is what Josiah Quincy did in the beginning of his observation of Joseph Smith, was he compared him to a leader out of Massachusetts that was also like Joseph Smith, who gave hope to people that were basically down on their luck, had no place to go, but Joseph Smith was able to inspire through his joviality, his humor, his quick wit, inspire them into thinking that the future would be better. And what he did was he moved these Mormons out west. Let's go west and let's vote out these horrifying pro-slavery laws and get rid of them and create our Zion, our Israel, where people can be free.